Just a real quick note. Yes, I am aware that all of the rest of the video has a great big black bar at the bottom. I was in quite a rush to get a video recorded and up that I decided messing with the settings, the rest of the settings would have to come later, and I still hadn't figured out how to get rid of it. Now I have, so before you say that there's a black bar on the bottom of the video, yes, I'm keenly aware of it. Anyway, on with the video. Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Thorn of Night, and I am back here on the Duck SMP on Performium, and I have been very busy this past month doing several things, uh, many of which revolve around getting some more things done, not only here on the server and on just Performium in general, but also for other things in my channel. I have, for multiple reasons, switched over to using the Streamlabs software and have had a few hitches getting it started, but everything seems to be working okay. I'm going to probably be experimenting with the volume levels to see how well things go, because I noticed that by default, the sound from the mic, even though I'm using the same mic and everything else, is much more quiet for doing video, but also for doing streams. That's right, I am contemplating what I'm going to be doing for my streams because that is going to be getting started. I have been testing a couple of different games and including Minecraft, but a couple of other additional games to start streaming on YouTube here. I will not be streaming on Twitch. It'll just be here on YouTube. Also, I am planning on, even if I don't do streams on YouTube every day, I do still play and stream my activities on my Discord. So if you want to join my Discord, you can follow my streams on the Discord there. And also, in addition to that, I plan on doing some patron only streams for the unlisted, I think it's what it's called for YouTube, so that I can have a little something for my patrons. Speaking of patrons, you may have noticed that at the beginning of the video, that one little 5 or 7 second card that I have has two new names on it. Welcome to the two new patrons, Robert Kemp and Elmaze's Ogma Infinium. Ogma Infinium, for those who don't know, is from Skyrim, which is one of the things that I plan on doing streams for. But you're not necessarily here to hear about streams for other games, although there will be plenty. You're here to see some stuff for the Duck server. So let's get into it. So let's get down to the base. There is a slight change that has happened here. I wanted to put in a pressure plate so that I didn't have to worry about closing that every time. Nothing too important here, but if you look carefully, something magical has happened. We have donations. What is this? Oh, from Subface, who's also called Zebra Cake. And we've got dirt. Dirt puzzle and course dirt. Nice. Awesome. Thank you, Subface. If you are watching, you are a wonderful and beautiful human being. All right. So a few things. There has been quite a bit of progress on the ocean. And in fact, why don't I go ahead and take a look at that? Because I have not been out there for a little while, and I want to take a look, and especially because I plan on doing some of my first streams for testing and all that kind of stuff, working out there at the ocean. So let's go take a look. Home volcano. volcano and see what's going on over there. It is. Ooh, oh, hold on. Uh, weather clear, and yeah, that's what I thought. P time at noon. Okay, let's walk off the edge here and miss the cue for flying. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's almost done. This section here is almost completely done. Awesome. Look at that. Thank you, Cuddles, for helping with this. This is nice. Oh, and there's Cuddles. Hello, Cuddles. You can't hear me, but hello. Um, I have. Oh, she's cooking her sponges here instead of going back to the base. That's actually probably what we should have been doing this whole time anyway. She has been helping with a lot of the stuff behind the scenes and is one of the most wonderful people on the planet. And I am so thrilled and honored to have her here helping me. And it is just a delight to see her. Oh, I have been messaged. Oh, haha. I have been messaged by someone on Steam uh, who I added who accepted a friend invitation because I have been helping a dev of a game get some things hammered out for their game. And already they have made changes and updates to their game based on information that I've found and provided. And it has been quite enjoyable. It's a space game. I will say that much of it, but I want to uh, sort of make it, I don't know, a surprise, I guess, so that there's a little bit something to look forward to for my streams. But I do plan on streaming this game, which should provide, as my best estimate, about 100-ish hours, maybe 80 hours of gameplay that I can stream. So if I stream for a few hours a day, maybe about a whole month worth of stuff. So that's something, but I won't get into that right now. So that is the progress on the ocean. This sector is almost done. We're ready to move on to the next one here in just a bit. That's cool. I have a couple other things I want to show you. Let me go put this away, and then I'm going to hop over to another server on Performium to sort of give you a rough idea of something else that I've got in the works. So you know some of what's been going on behind the scenes for this past month. It's by far and away not just this, but I want to at least show you some of it. So give me a second here. Okay, I am over here on the Lightning SMP. Oh, I'm hungry. Feed. Uh, and I have my little captured chicken over here. I've not got much of a base on here because what I've been doing isn't so much building yet on here, but I have been gathering resources. Uh, a whole bunch of copper, like more copper than I really honestly deserve, and a bunch of other things, because I have a plan on building some massive things on here, namely some structures for, you know, getting around both above and below ground. I want to have roads. Oh, those birds in this area. I forgot the crows uh, from that one mod. But some roads and maybe some subways or whatever you want to call it below ground, and give people an opportunity to have a little bit of, you know, faster travel. I was thinking of maybe including the blue ice or the packed ice or whatever, so people could boat their way around. But investing in getting a whole bunch of that, and with as easy as that is to just pluck up and take away, it would, I'm sure, as soon as the very first rather unscrupulous person would find it, they would just take it all and ruin it for everyone. So I'm not going to bother doing the ice paths on here, but I do have a lot of digging that I've been doing to get all of this stuff. And I have several different road designs that I'm planning on doing on here. I'm not quite ready to do that, and most of that's going to probably be getting done during streams. But I just wanted you to see some of the stuff that I've been doing over here, to the point of, uh, uh, let's see here, mining. If I look at this, I am level 173 in mining. I've been digging a little while. So this is MCMMO, if you didn't know. Um, so I have been gathering a bunch of resources in preparation for doing a number of large projects on here. So that's part of what has been occupying a bit of my time. But also, I have been. Actually, let me get back over to duck. It's much more quiet over on duck. No excessive bird chirping. Go away, birds. There we go. Um, I have also been testing a whole bunch of mods for Skyrim, and also testing a couple of games with the new streaming software, the Streamlabs thing, and everything else. And getting Streamlabs set up, I have set up a tip page and all that kind of stuff. I'm not quite at the point where I can have all the fancy little overlays. That's going to cost $149 a year, or if I want to go month to month, 20 bucks a month. And if I want to do 20 bucks a month, in order to justify that based on tip earnings, that would be just right around $42. Oh, there's Cuddles. Because not only does PayPal take its cut, but Streamlabs also takes its cut. So there goes about 50%, a little more than 50, about 52% of a tip just vanishes before it reaches me. So if I want to be able to pay for the $20 a month thing, I would need to be getting $42 in tips a month to justify that. And I'm not planning on uh, being ready for that anytime soon. It would be miraculous. So that's just going to be a bare bones setup at first, just to get me going on that. But I am, as far as I can tell, mostly set up for that. Now, another thing that has happened, Cuddles and I have both um hello? She just no, I would have heard that. What on earth did Oh. I bet she came over here, grabbed something, then teleported back to the ocean. That has to be it. Certainly we're not haunted. Uh anyway, Cuddles and I both have been still doing the RGA streams on weekends, and she managed to get quite a bit ahead of me in gems because of a couple of weekends. She got just stupendously lucky, as well as earning some gems from the other games. So uh, we have been amassing gems toward the goal of being able to get a whole bunch of claims. And the idea is uh, that the ocean project is 700 blocks by 700 blocks. And it's by far not the only thing I have done and am doing on the server. And eventually, I would like to see it claimed. So it's going to be roundabouts 500,000 claim blocks. So our long-term goal for this year, 2023, welcome to the new year, is to get to the point where that can all be claimed, as well as anything else that we have going on, including some nether projects and maybe even an end claim or two. So there is a bunch of stuff going on with that. But before we do that, one of the things that you can do, if I come over to Hub, and it takes you to any one of the 6 hubs, and I walk straight forward to the daily rewards person, and I punch them in the head. This right here, if I click on that, it says you must have at least a gold, well, let me get this off the screen. You must have at least a gold club membership in order to claim this daily reward. And that's 1,000 server experience. Now, server experience largely is just for show anyway. On level 37, you can see on the right side there. But as you level up, you get more and more rewards, and eventually you can start getting higher levels of amounts of gems. So at level 40 is 200 gems, and 45 is 250 gems. And then, let's see here. Where's the next gems? We have 350 gems here at level 55, and so on and so forth. So you can get gems by leveling up. It's a small little boost of gems, especially, well, not so small if you don't do the RGA streams. A couple hundred gems is actually quite a bunch, especially if you have no ranking, you just want to get enough gems to be iron rank, or if you want to have just enough gems to, oh, slash gems. If you want to have, oh, I can't do it on here. Let's go back to duck. Do, do, do. If you want to have enough gems to buy the server specific item, the minimum, or the, I'm sorry, the second to minimum purchase, 2,000 claim blocks, so that you can buy just normal gameplay, you get 3,000, and buying this for 499 gems, you get another 2,000, and once you're at 5,000 claims, your claims never expire. You never have to worry about not logging in for a couple months and coming back and your whole base has been raided. You never have to worry about that. So a few hundred gems puts you within range of getting permanent claims on a server. So it's actually worth pursuing doing something like that. So in order to accelerate the gem and other reward earnings, and also to have access to the golden goose chat that RGA does once or twice a month over on Discord. Uh, I am, and Cuddles both, are going to be doing this. Club memberships, we're going to be getting the 1 year of Gold Club. And I'm just going to go ahead and do it right now. That was mostly harmless, I think. But now I am down to 1,051 gems, but that will go up soon enough anyway, especially because Cuddles wants to feed me gem cookies so I can get more claims. Cuddles is a wonderful, wonderful gem of a person, but I have a number of projects that I have a lot of fiddly work that I am going to need to do work on. But one of the things that I have had to reassess the math on. Let's go home museum. So something happened with the file that was meant to go here and it became corrupted. And instead of trying to recreate it and pretend like nothing happened, I am just going to fill this in with a summary of what was going on. I showed up over here at the museum and was talking about how uh, the progress is going down in the maze and how I was needing to recover more of the bookshelves from the walls and things like that and replace them with stairs because they needed to be repurposed. Not only did they need to be repurposed for the rest of the maze, but also because I didn't do my math right. Well, I did my math right for the museum. I did. And of course, I pat myself on the back preemptively for that. But I didn't do the math for the rest of the museum and some other builds, and so it looks like I'm going to need to actually make the bookshelf farm after all, the sugarcane and the leather and the wood and all that. So yeah, I spoke too soon on that. But anyway, that's in the plans, and that gives me another videos worth of footage to work on if I want to turn making the bookcase farm or bookshelf farm into a video. That'd be something else to do. But anyway, I, through my ramblings, managed to change the subject over to one of the other projects that I had been working on, which is building a city for players to live in, players that may not have 5,000 claims, so they can't make a permanent claim on the server and they're afraid their stuff's going to get taken. I was thinking of having a place where they could have sort of rental space to be able to keep their stuff safe. And um, that sort of meandered for a while because I went through lots and lots and lots of iterations for it. And I came to an unfortunate realization about that too. And that realization was that I, uh, there's no good way to safely build something pretty inside each of the places that are going to be sub-trusted and expect them to stay. If there's someone who just wants to go, yeah, I have a trust, I'm going to dig out everything to bedrock, nothing's stopping them from doing that. And it's theirs to do with as they please, so I had to rethink things. So this is me going on with the rest of that next. I have gone through several iterations of city planning for that, and after the first couple, I had a very dire realization, and that is, let's say that this was where the claim was for subdividing, and this little square here was a claim, and this little square here was a claim, and then this here was a claim, and this one for the subdividing for people to build their own little houses. Uh, Even though I would be the master owner for the whole claim at large, once I trust someone on claim, it's theirs to do with as they please. They can build gaudy, hideous structures in it. They can just empty it out and leave it a void space all the way to bedrock. It's none of my business, ultimately, what people do there, as long as it's not overly obscene or something. So all I really have control over permanently that I can justify spending any amount of time on is the roadways between the housing. Uh, so I have been going over different ideas for designs, and I think that the best bet to make people feel like they have the most amount of freedom is to just leave a road between each of the claims so on all four sides so they don't feel like they're crammed next to someone and someone else's build overtakes theirs and makes it so that one whole side of their area is not viewable and accessible, uh, and then people can just have their own little spot out in the middle. And I am planning on having, or I have, this place set aside in an area that is en route to the ocean area so that people can have a road that leads not only to visit the ocean, but also to visit the base itself. And if they want to drop off donations, pay the rent, whatever, uh, and have access to things to do away from spawn. So that is one of the many things that I have been working on and having to, in some cases, start from scratch on. As a matter of fact, I had a whole video already, mostly ready to go when I had that realization of, oh no, it doesn't matter what I do inside the places where people are going to claim. I could make it as pretty as I want. All it's going to take is someone who just doesn't care to take the spot and then just take all the stuff that I put in it, and there goes all that work. So I scrapped that video, which I would have had a video out a little bit sooner had I not done that, I suppose. But I'm going to get back to work. Not a whole lot of large projects. This is mostly a busy work day. I need to get back caught up to things. And then also this week, I'm going to be doing at least a test stream doing some work out in the ocean, so you have that to look forward to. But for right now, I'm going to get to work on clearing out the excess bookcases from this, putting in some slabs, and then we'll go from there. I'll be back. Speaking of millions of side projects, Red Reaper here has asked for a little bit of help in doing some naturalization of this, as he calls it, monstrosity to make it look a little bit more normal. So other projects on pause going to make it more natural looking. So lots of things to do. I'll be back. All right, so now that excuse me, shush, you. Now that I have a better idea of what Red wants, I have gone around this area here, since this seems to be my project for the rest of today, and I am converting it from this square into something that's going to more closely resemble terrain that matches the area. I might do a little bit more pulling out this way. Gonna have it connect over here with a hill this way, have it swoop out here. Unfortunately, because of how he set up uh, the subdivision trust, there's a single line here that I can't do anything with, but that's all right. But I'll be connecting a little bit of a land bridge here, pulling this out, curving it, another sort of a connection over this way. You're going to be a menace. Clean up some of this, and then do a little bit more connecting over here and all of that. I've just put the outline in, and I'm going to see what I can do about converting this into something more akin to this. Oh, and I'm going to have to get some bone meal to make some grass on the hills too, and probably plant some trees. But anyway, that's what I'm working on for now. So I'll do this and then probably wrap things up. I have lots to do and little time to do it. So I'll be back. Just a small progress update. I took this little bit and I connected it over here, built the hill up. It's all hollow under there. I'm going to need to put torches in, but I think it smooths pretty nicely into the neighboring terrain, and once this grass grows in, it'll look pretty good, I hope. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do for some of the areas because I just don't have the ability to modify some of the spots, so I can't like push it back and smooth it out better. So it's either bring it way out to make it look more normalized, or just, leave it sort of as is, maybe put some grass or something. But I think it's coming along nice. Anyway, progress report over, back to work. Okay, basically finished everything up, at least for the most part, that I wanted to today. I will give you an update on the build for Red Reaper probably in the next video. He has started something over there. I want to give it a chance to percolate before I demonstrate it in full, and so that's I'm calling that part done. So I came back here, did the last of the few finishing touches, and uh, got everything in order that I needed for this, and so I think it's time for me to move on to some of my other projects. So I'm going to wrap things up. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below, and I will be more than happy to respond. If you like this video, please do give a like. I appreciate it, and it does help. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you can help get that number up to and beyond 2,000, which is my more immediate goal for the channel. Also, for the channel, do watch for some coming streams. That's going to be starting soon. And in addition to that, if you would like to see some more private streams or more personalized content even, you can come join us over on the Discord. Links for that will be in the description below. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Thank you once again for watching. This is Thorn of Night, and I will talk to you later. Later.